Here we go again. We're back against Superman versus Superman. I hate that I keep like, I like to talk about everything, and Superman's not even my favorite superhero, but watching people fight over dumb things is just hilarious. This dude right here, I don't know, Metro MXD, I think I talked about, he said something stupid before, and I think I talked about it. Again, I always tell everybody, if I'm watching someone, check them out. There's a lot of laugh emojis. It's crazy. And he already rebutted against some dude that made a video about him making fun of him. I think he should be happy someone's making fun of him, honestly, because he has like 4K views on this video, and that, that's good, I guess. I mean, for me, that's good. Like, I don't get views like that. So anyone talking about you, you should be happy. First of all, you should be grateful about that. You should be happy that anyone's trying to talk back to you. Like, when I have YouTube videos and I get no likes, no anything, but I have like a few Snyder guys getting mad at me because I'm just speaking the truth. People will, have those comments, and it's fine. You just gave me more algorithm. That's fine. I don't know why people get so upset about things, but you give me a subject to talk about, and that's great. I'm more than happy to it. This guy, he yells kind of loud or talks really loud when he's talking, so I kind of have to turn it down, or I don't know. Maybe it's my phone. I don't know, but it's just really annoying because I went through a couple other videos, and I think he just hates the Superman movie, and that usually comes with this territory. It turns into the Snyder versus Gunn thing, and it's getting really old. I never thought this day we'd see DC versus DC people living forever ago. I always thought it was Marvel versus DC, and that sucked too. That's stupid. It sucks reading comics and everybody can't just give each other space, basically. But at the same time, I get having your favorites. Like, Marvel definitely has a lot of my favorite characters, but I like superheroes, I like comics, I like movies, so I check out everything and give anything a chance. Like, Supergirl, I gave a chance. I haven't seen it yet still, but I'm not gonna bash anything yet about it. I will bash people not seeing it and complaining about it, or using a certain subject and complaining about it. That's fine, but if they have a legitimate reason, that's totally fine. So seeing Dude Man here mad because Superman pushed the dude. He put it in his comments. He had an AI overview and he screen capped it and put it on here. He's telling the story. It's off screen. He pushes a criminal, the bad guy, like into a cactus. I'm not sure if it's like directly into it, how he says it, or holds him against it. And these are the exact same people defending snapping Snyder's neck. And I think he tried to rebuttal with that against the other dude, because the other dude might have brought that up. And he's like, oh, here we go. If you get to talk about Snyder or James Gunn, or Snyder, and I get to talk about James Gunn. And it turns into like one of those things. It's cool being in the middle, because I get to see the idiocracy on either side and which side is kind of wrong, or which one opinion sucks more, because there's nothing really wrong. It's just opinions suck. But this whole argument is so silly. I mean, they're reaching right now really bad for the Superman movie. And again, I don't lie. I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I did dig the Superman movie. I think, far as what I've read in the comics, it did a good job of capturing what Superman is and what little kids should see Superman as, and what people grew up with. Even older gentlemen that have been around for ages and read the book and what they remember what it meant to be a Superman fan and how Superman is. And unfortunately, man, it still didn't capture that. It told a different Elseworld type of story, but people loved it. They love the edginess. They love the darkness. I want to make a video about another guy going off on something about that, but it was more about the looks of it. But anyways, so yeah, man, it still wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't Superman. You could name him something else and just make your own movie. And people would have loved it probably, but since it's Superman and people are like edgelords and stuff, they really, really, really like, oh, he's so deep and dark and all this stuff. It's just weird because it's not really Superman. I just don't know which one is actually more out of character for Superman. He Googles a bunch of things that show ways of confirming picking someone against cactus. I can't believe he Googled this. He looked up a bunch of different sources that said, if pushing someone against if pushing someone against a cactus is a type of torture. So he showed his several screenshots of it, and again, he got mad at some dude talking about his video, and that's whatever. God, I just feel like this video is gonna be long just because I'm laughing. I'll play some of his. I haven't let him speak. Let him speak his part.
Whether Superman tortured that man against the cactus or not, and objectively, Yes, he did. Like, everywhere you go, they will tell you that placing someone against a cactus against their will is torture. Everywhere on the planet, they would consider that torture. Why are we so confused about that? Like, at some point, we have to come to a realization that this is not a comic book accurate thing that Superman.
So I know for a fact he said in another video that, oh, if you guys could come at me about Snyder, I could come at you about James Gunn. So he's saying this isn't comic accurate, pushing the guy's face towards a cactus, or I don't know if he even pushed it on it or intimidated him. Let's say he pushed it on it, the worst case scenario. He's saying you guys are mad, or basically this is the comic book accurate thing that Superman would do. And then he probably got mad because people were bringing up, well, he snapped a dude's neck in Man of Steel. That's not an accurate thing to do. And he probably has this whole spiel on why it's normal. And it's a double standard with these guys, especially Snyder Bros, dude. It's ridiculous. Like I said, being in the middle is kind of interesting because you can see like some people that are like super Gunn fans and hate the Snyder universe. They got some wrong arguments, but I see a lot more understanding because the Man of Steel and Gunn's or Snyder's universe doesn't really represent what the comics do, but it was their own movie versions of them. Almost like Ultimate Take if they did Ultimate or Absolute DC right now, like they did absolute versions of them. With Batman killing, Superman killing, doing all this stuff. Unfortunately, they didn't get to go any further with their movies to tell us more because they said they make money and they did, but people just didn't want to see them anymore. And, they didn't want to back them. And it sucks if you like them that much, but apparently they want to go somewhere else and they are. And, that Supergirl's not looking good. Superman, I think, did okay. I'll see Supergirl. I like Supergirl movies, but I'm real. I like movies that are bad. People get on me all the time for on here and social media about certain movies that I could defend them, but if they don't like them, that's fine. That's their prerogative. But it's just you see patterns, and a lot of the patterns is the people call them like the Snyder cult, and now they're trying to make a James Gunn cult, which could happen too. James Gunn cult just doesn't have much to go off of if that's their cult thing. And I think it's more the James Gunn cult mentality is what they're thinking to people that just hate Snyder to hate Snyder. I just dislike his movies because I don't think he makes good movies. It's nothing to do if he does DC or not. I think 300 was decent. Watchmen was crazy. That's a hard one because it was very comic accurate looking. It's just you have to be like, I don't know, it's a different dive to be with the Watchmen. It's a different view to look at that as a superhero movie kind of. It is superhero characters, but it's a lot more political driven and things like that. But that's not what we're talking about. I'm just saying being in the middle is kind of interesting, and I do see the craziness the Snyder people have been for years now, and the pages pop up all the time on Facebook, and I've talked about this in other videos. They're crazy, man. Anyone says anything negative, they lose their mind. If you're on another page talking about like DC stuff, and someone talks about Supergirl, even if they say it's bad, they'll say, yeah, it does, we're gonna restore the Snyderverse, and it's like fucking 20 hashtags about restoring the Snyderverse, Snyder rules. I don't know, it's nuts. But we're here to compare what they're trying to say. This is him out of character. But Man of Steel does a lot of stuff out of character as well. So I don't really see, if you don't agree with that scene, it's not really a scene, it's a thing he talks about. Let's see if he has anything else about it.
Have you seen Superman torture somebody in the comic books? Like, I really want to know. In Earth Zero, has Superman, in Prime Earth,
it depends what you consider torturing. I'm not going to Google it and look at all the statistics like this guy did. But Superman has crushed guns in criminals' hands. I don't know if you consider that torture because it's hurting a guy's hand or whatever. He's probably breaking his bones and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how he crushes it. So I can't say if that's torture or not, if he's breaking his rule of hurting someone or whatever. He's got villains and flew them up into the air to get things from them to speak. And is that type of torture someone that's afraid to be held in the air, like, you know, million feet high? I would think that's some kind of torture in a way. But does it look like Superman's torturing him? No, because Superman knows it's safe. He knows, like, you know, he knows his whiffs or his boundaries. He knows no matter what, if he slipped, he could go fly and catch him. It's whatever. But you can say that's torture in the comic, man. He's hold heat vision close to inches away from people's faces to intimidate them. He's like punched like walls and stuff like while he's talking to people. I don't know if you'd call that torture. That's more of intimidation. He does do the whole grabbing people by shirt and, you know, I want answers. Would you call that torture? It depends on the person, how soft they are, I guess. Like, I was tortured by Superman. He grabbed me by the shirt and he kept wagging me. Like, I don't know. He's threatening dictators, warlords, villains, like, I'll be back and this kind of thing. So he's done like threats, but like far as like torture, I don't know. The only one I could really go with is like holding his laser eyes against somebody, and it's a type of torture because you're like, oh, it's right on me and I might die. Because I don't really, like, I don't like, does he, we'll go with he pushes a guy fully onto a cactus, which is not going to kill someone. So they're basically getting Superman is torturing people. But yeah, so the intimidation here is to stop evil, basically. Not because he wants to see someone suffer. So there's kind of a double-edged sword there. And if people want to go on their rant and go and see, Man of Steel, he broke necks and he killed people or whatever the hell they talk about. And this guy's rebutted against other people that have talked about him killing other people. It's weird, man. People about Man of Steel, man, they're just like, they got to go to war for him. Number one thing I think people should learn, it's over. You can love your movie and stuff, but like, it's over. It's not coming back. No matter how much people try to say it is, or they flood and get bots on pages, it's not coming back. And that's not what it's about right now. It's not about Man of Steel. It's about the situation. But the point is, let's say the cactus, he's not doing it to hurt someone. He's not doing it to hurt anybody or kill anybody. He's doing it for intimidation. And let's say he does pushing out. Yeah, it's kind of messed up to push a little bit of needles up on somebody. But people have fallen on cactuses and lived, and they don't die from it unless you're allergic to cactus needles or something like that. I want to go on a little bit more because it's pretty short, but it just kind of made me laugh. Like, again, some guy did a talking head above his, and then he did a talking head above his and got mad, and I don't know where that one went. I saw it and I was gonna play that one too. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, dude's got like not that many followers. I can't say anything. I don't got no followers, but it's like, dude, be happy people are getting mad at you. Maybe he's doing for rage bait. I was like, I don't know, because he's rebutting to the guy. I'd just be mad if some guy's mad at me and like, yeah, whatever, give me algorithm, that's fine. Like, I already said my piece, but he got mad and had to like defend it or something. So it'd be like if he came back at me and started making a video about me, I just would let it go. I don't really care unless it was something that people wanted to see. Me personally, I don't want to do it because I know my point. I know your point that pushing someone against a cactus is torture. But yeah, we'll let you.
Superman, has he tortured somebody that is a human to make a point? If he hasn't, there's your answer. Like, anybody who's anybody that knows Superman knows that's a part of his core values, not to use his overwhelming strength against people like humans.
It's just funny because I feel like no matter what, people are going to be like, what about snapping the neck? I feel like that's just going to always come up no matter what. So I feel like no matter what he says, he's going to get that. So I feel like he has to be ready for that. Again, being in the middle and just kind of like now seeing the past, 5-8 years, how Snyder cult has started. There's people I know that like Snyder stuff, and they're not like crazy like this though. They're not like nuts, and anything the new Superman does, they have to go find anything. Like, this literally is crazy. It's like Cactus Gate now. It's people are like freaking out that they're remembering out of nowhere that he pushed a guy. He mentioned something about pushing a guy against Cactus, and if that one little line was written out, it wouldn't matter. Then they're gonna be like, well, if that one little snappy neck would have been written out, no, because then how has Zod been done? Like, that's part of the story. This was like a side story that didn't really matter. But again, it gave them something else to eat off of. He's not against people like that, not even to that degree. Don't push him against cactuses, my dude.
Not in that degree.
And you hear the music he plays too?
Like, it's reasons like this that people crap on this Superman. It's simply because of the fandom. That is the only reason why people crap on this fandom, is because they defend shit like this when core values of characters.
He said core values. And again, I hope he's not defending Man of Steel in this. I really hope not. And he's saying people are wrong for defending the cactus thing. Oh my god, this is such a good fence to sit on.
Are diminished to where they have to torture human beings. And like I said, objectively speaking, Superman tortured that man. Like, I went on
showing all the facts. Once Redditor stated, is it cruel in humans to do anything to death to a person, while another added, yes, murder generally is cruel and inhumane, but sounds especially heinous. Okay, where's the cactus part? Placing someone against a cactus against the will is widely considered torture. Here are some insights from Redditors. Oh, thank God we have Redditors to go off of. Psychological impact, spiritual and religious. Oh my God. Oh God. Don't push someone against a cactus, Superman. You'll mess with their religious beliefs and screw them up psychologically. Oh God, these Snyder guys are crazy. Again, this is a great fence to sit on. I not the biggest Superman fan, but I do enjoy a good movie. Man still wasn't my cup of tea. I did like the other Superman. I think they did a good representation of Superman. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was more than anything, like, it wasn't like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. It was fun, and I enjoy watching a superhero movie that makes me have fun. And there are some serious ones that I'm like, oh, like, this better not be goofy. But you know, here and there, little jokes are fine. But the Superman was fun as hell. Man of Steel is just creepy and weird. But hey, that's my opinion. This guy can love it up and down, and he got the Reddit sources,
multiple search engine platforms.
Was it Christian something? It says up on the top for search sources
to ask this question, and they say that is illegal. They say that is straight up torture. You can go to any out.
If Superman like goes and saves you without consent, can I sue him? Like, I don't know, like the little girl, like both movies I think have him save a little kid or something. What if that parent like just want to be an asshole and like sue him? Can you sue him and say like, I didn't give you consent to save me? Because there's things that are on, like, people are dying, they don't want to have like they don't want I can't think of the name, the chest compressors. They'll say like, you know, I don't want this done to me if I pass out, or not pass out, but like basically dying. And there's things like that you could get in trouble because you have to follow rules and stuff, and there's consent on things. Emergencies, I don't know how much different it is, because you sometimes cross a line and you do what you got to do to save someone. But I just think it's crazy. Like, what if that was a thing where people are like, I didn't give Superman consent to come save me and stuff. I swear that happens in a comic or a movie or something, that they get mad at them for getting saved. Now I got to think about that. I swear there's something out there. But yeah, it's just funny because like seeing the psychological impact, like someone gets like not done dirty, not a cactus on the face, but like they get yanked out of a train, even though like they didn't want to get hit by the train, but the way they got yanked, I think it's maybe is it the boys? Could be the boys, because I was thinking like if A-Train or something like pulled me out of the way, I'd be like, oh, my neck, on my back, like my shoulder. You'd have to run so fast. You have to do, you know, it just seems like there's you could Google things like this and find psychological torture to yourself and things like
outlet that has a search engine, and you type it in, they will say that is torture. Why are we even talking about this? Like, really?
When he's I want to see what is this other thing. Let's go back.
That man against the cactus.
No, I want to go with that first one.
Let's see what this one says. Like every
is unwillingly placing someone against a cactus torture. He was Googling all this. Yes, unwillingly placing someone against a cactus will legally be considered assault, and depending on severity, it could qualify as torture, aggravated assault. Legally, assault matters, this other stuff. Here's how it breaks down. Like in Step Brothers, they push homeboy, who was it? Dylan, I don't know what their names are. against the white dog poop and make him touch it with his tongue, that's torture, bro. I'm telling you, that's not cool. Yeah, this is silly. You gotta just hold them to the same standards. If you're saying this is Superman out of character, there's a lot of things that still there out of character, and you gotta hold them both to the same accountability. And you can't sit there and go, well, if you guys say this, I can say that, and it just makes people look dumb. You just are two fools in the distance arguing and fighting, and we just look at two fools. We don't hear your bullshit. We just see it, and you guys both point over a cactus and a snapping neck. But the snapping neck makes more sense to me because I could push someone on a cactus and they might get me for assault and battery, but if I snap their neck, I'm going to jail for murder. It's just so different. With the cactus thing, I will say, at least he's controlling his anger. He's not letting the best get out of him. Because clearly, if we're gonna just go off the neck breaking, nothing else, Zod, he couldn't hold his temper in, and they said no, he would have. The people would have got shot, with the laser eyes or whatever. I would have just said, can you guys all move to the right? I mean, or it was left. Who knows which way they need to move. Or he could have turned his head. He's Superman. He could turn his head. If he has enough strength to snap his neck, he could turn his head. Or just smash his head in the ground, knock him out, I guess, because that's not going to kill him. He's a Kryptonian. But yeah, I mean, if he's trying to stop someone from killing, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, a little bit of like what you would call torture. I mean, stopping someone killing is you could just straight up kill someone. You can murk them, and that will solve all the problems. But luckily, Superman doesn't run around killing them. And I think on the other video, he's talking about how bad this Superman is because the other Superman that Lex Luthor that killed his mom, and God, that Lex Luthor dude, Jesse Heisenberg, where the fuck his name is. The Lex that killed his mom, he saved him, some crap like that. I can't remember what he said. He goes, and this Superman let his alien dog go and attack him, and he did nothing about it. And it just was nuts. Like, bro, it's Crypto. I'm sure Crypto's not killing him. Lex is gonna be in the next movie, so we have evidence. Yeah, he's. Oh man. I don't know I just don't know what really people can think from this, or what people can take away from this debate, or even this whole thing in general. Why would people hold on to this cactus thing as a big way to argue against this Superman does bad things too? It's crazy. Like, if he jaywalked, people would go, look at this, Superman jaywalked. They were mad he saved a squirrel. Like, I get it. That's like a cute little thing that a kid would like to see watching Superman. Like, Superman, remember, it wasn't made for adults. It was made for children. Jesus Christ. And they get mad about that. And, they get mad that he does these little, like, sweet things that Superman shouldn't do this. And it's like, God damn, do people read Superman comics at all? Do they watch cartoons at least? Something? That's what I'm, like, here for, man. I'm here for doing these, like, little fun debates and stuff. And, I know what I know. I don't know everything, of course, but I try to educate myself. And before I do a video, I try to look up things. And this one, I didn't need much looking up. I knew it's not right to push someone up against a cactus. I know that much. It's just like putting someone in the trash can, bullying them, or giving them a swirly in the toilet. It's not right. And, of course, a cactus is different because it could hurt. There's a lot of crazy things that can be categorized in what's torture and what's not torture. Depends on the person. But, hey, if he found the legal logistics when he Googled it or wherever the hell he did AI, and then he went to Reddit to find it through Christians and something else that said, hey, he got the answers. It's torture. So Superman, in his terms, let's go there. Superman tortured a guy with a cactus. So now we're comparing it to him snapping a guy's neck. Which one's worse? I mean, which one's more out of character? Do we really want to go there? I mean, god damn, dude. These people, I swear to God, this Snyder people, man. I'd like to go show more of his videos, but I kind of don't want to promote him. If he comes up with something else stupid, I'll talk about it. Like, I think I seen another video, like I said, he was mad that the guy rebutted about what he was saying, like kind of like what I'm doing, but I think the guy goes in a lot harder, like, you know, coming at the Snyderverse and this and that. And people will take that like me coming at the Snyderverse. I'm just being realistic. This is how it is now. There are people that are, it's almost like a religion that believe in this so hard, and you can't tell them anything. Now that Paramount's in the little talks right now with Warner Brothers and all that, they're like, oh, this is it, we're getting Snyder back. And if anything, like, if you don't like James Gunn could get booted. And they were really trying to do a Kevin Feige thing with James Gunn, and they're already, you know, Snyder fans are already like, we're dying on this hill that Supergirl is the end all be all. And again, that I don't think would end everything. I think they're at least going to get Batman out, but man, he could get replaced, and that's fine. It's whatever. Long as we keep him, you know, comic accurate, you know, keep stuff fun. A lot of people comment, they're like, if you want the fun, goofy stuff, go watch Marvel. I saw one of the comments, and sometimes, yeah, Marvel's got colorful, comic books are colorful, characters, and there are some humor in it. A lot of comics have humor. There are serious tones. Winter Soldier, you're not going to find too much humor in it. There's a little bit, probably here and there, like everyday life when any serious movie. There are small little snickers, but yeah, I get it. I get people are mad at Marvel because I guess they're successful right now. I don't know. There's a lot of bad movies in Marvel too, so I don't get it, but I get that they were able to keep on track and keep movies coming out and make promises and keep them coming out. Only thing they didn't get to do was Kang, because unfortunately there was an assault and things like that happened. But you know, people thought they were getting Justice League 2 and Man of Steel 3 and a Batman movie, and yeah, that didn't happen. So people are still thinking and crossing their fingers and dotting their J's that they're gonna get that. But yeah, this is just getting silly. It's not really open for debate. It just seems like they're angry Snyder fans. Again, if I didn't go on his page and see that he's super pro Snyder or super pro hating the new Superman, it makes it more easier to justify someone's comments and where they're coming from. But already how he's coming off is very defensive, and it seems like he's like trying to shit on the movie already quick and looking for things. Like, this is really small thing to look at. Like, you could look at a lot of stuff in it, and the problem is you could say like the acting, but people have a good rebuttal against that. The acting's not bad in it. You go watch or talk to someone that just watches movies, doesn't even care they're superheroes, they'd probably tell you like, yeah, this one's got, you know, the flair I want in it. The other one seems really depressing, and I don't really want to be depressed watching a superhero movie. But yeah, so I mean, it's just weird. We're picking at little things right now to put down movies. And again, the crazy thing is this is off screen, so we don't know how bad it looked or anything, but people are like grasping on the straws with this, and it's nuts. Whew, I can't believe this dude Googled all this. Yeah, so I mean, if people say dumb things that I think are dumb, of course I'll talk about it and give my perspective. If it's dumb, I'm gonna talk about it. I was gonna say if it's smart, but you know, there's stuff that people talk about cool things, and I'll talk about that. But these are just too easy. These are just way too easy. And then, you know, if they do see things like this, they get raged out, and they, like he did to the guy, he had to make a video back, upset, yelling at the phone, and it's just like, it's stupid. It's cool. You get your opinions out there, you know, talk to people. I love conversating. I love talking about comics and movies, but some stuff is just stupid. And this is one of them. If you brought up to me the argument before we saw any of these, and right after Man of Steel, you brought to me the argument of Zod getting his neck snapped, let alone in front of a family. Is this like Superman? I would automatically talk to you about it and be like, yeah, like, Superman's not my favorite, but that's really out of character for Superman. He doesn't snap people's necks. I don't think ever once. And then I think people try to go to well, in Superman 2, he threw Zod in the air and we don't know where he went. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Like, it was kind of like fantasy back then. They didn't really think of these things. If you ask the writers when they said, oh, did Superman kill Zod? They would tell you, no, he fell down in a cloud or some stupid shit. Because, again, they were very friendly, kid-like for Superman back then. Just like this one's supposed to be like for families, like for everybody. but yeah, it's just insane. So like, again, if that happened and they want to debate on the snapping of the neck, is that like him in character? No, it's not like him in character. Like, what else would he do? And I'm like, if the writer put him in that position where he couldn't figure out how to get out of it and not make him continue to be Superman like, that's the writer's fault and director's fault that they put themselves in that corner. But honestly, you could change it very easy, and honestly, they already were going down a path where it wasn't Superman really, the accurate Superman. I don't know how many people read comics, and I don't want to be a gatekeeper and say, oh, you got to read the comics to understand, but sometimes it's hard when people are like, I like this version of him, and it's like, no, dude, that's not really the version. If you do, I'd read this absolute DC where he's different or whatever, you know, or, you know, whatever, a character that's different. Or, you know, I like Spider-Man, but I'd rather him be evil. Like, well, you could read these few issues where he turns bad. That'd be a stupid argument. But, yeah, it's better when you kind of know what you're talking about. But yes, now we all know that pushing someone against a cactus is torture. He wanted to make it clear that it was torture. I wish I could break out and start Googling stuff, but I don't want to mess up the video. But he had to say torture. I wonder if you could look up other things with cactuses. I think, oh no, that was in Little Nicky. They shoved a pineapple straight up Hitler's butt. I was thinking a cactus. Was that torture though? He was in hell. Hitler was in hell. He deserves to be in hell. But Little Nicky, let's Little Nicky's good stuff. Who wants to argue about that? I think that movie's alright. It's not horrible. But yeah, so anyways, I'm just bantering now. I don't know how to get out of this. It's just weird. The lengths people will go. And even the fact that he screen capped the AI overview, I'm not moving it, but it says, yeah, he did it to the Borvia president and Cactus in the 2025 Superman. He had to back his facts. Like, cool, he did it, I guess. Superman already said he did it. We just don't know the extent. And if let's assume the worst, that he pushed it against it and drew blood. This is not Superman. He said, cool. Like, I agree. Like, Superman shouldn't act like that. He shouldn't be pushing people's face in cactuses. But the one thing is, at least he's not overexerting his strength, because if he was pushing them, it would have been like Superman go, I pushed this guy's face through a fucking cactus. Because, like, you know, he's holding back. He doesn't have to sit there and torture him. He could just push him straight through and kill him with cactus, probably. I don't know if it'd kill you. If it goes, I mean, at Superman's speed, maybe he could push it fast enough where it would go through your brain and stuff. I don't know how cactuses and Superman work, all right? But that's the only difference, is he's more controlling his anger. He's using it as a torture tactic, and if that doesn't feel like Superman to you, cool. I mean, if that doesn't feel right, but then definitely a neck snapping and Man of Steel shouldn't feel like Superman to you, or a Superman that doesn't save his dad when his dad just tells him no. Again, people will defend that all day, and if anything, I blame writer and director about that. It's just very weird to do that in the story, like they want to give him more trauma or something. I don't know. It's just really odd takes with Man of Steel. But again, be careful who you say it around, because you will get bombarded. It is crazy. But yeah, it's just nuts. And don't be around cactuses, man, because that's illegal, man. Pushing someone's face against a cactus, you might catch a case. Gotta be careful out there. But yeah, so that's it. Tell me if you guys watch this. You know, he's got a little bit of viewers. Maybe I'll get a little bit of viewers. Tell me what you think. Is pushing someone against a cactus, should we hold him to the same standard as snapping a neck? Again, we know Superman has picked up people in the air to intimidate them and hold them. Is that a type of torture? You know, I would feel tortured and traumatized if he picked me up above the city. I would shit my pants. I do not like heights at all. I'd be suing Superman, but of course he'd probably be holding me for the right reason. And if he didn't, I'd be suing his ass. He got his stories mixed up, I'd be suing his ass. But yeah, if you guys think it's about the same thing, or is a bunch of Snyder people just gonna jump on here and be like, you're crazy, and he stabbed his neck because he had no choice. What if this guy had no choice but to push him against a cactus? I don't know. Oh my god, a cactus. All right, we're reaching now, but anyways, that was fun. Good take, guys. And again, if anything else comes up with silliness, we'll come back to it. I don't know if this guy pops up on my algorithm, I'll see what he says about other things, but his page yeah, I don't want to get into it, but it just, there's nothing really to talk about. But yeah, so if we see some more fun stuff and kind of sit here and debate it a little, and hopefully we're in the middle, or we don't have anything at stake here. It's easier to have a conversation about it and laugh at certain things. But yeah, so where are we holding him at? You know, it's if pushing against the cactus is out of character for Superman, is snapping a neck out of character for Superman? Are we going to hold him to the same standard, or are we going to say, oh, he was justified because of this, or he's justified because of that? And can we make that same argument that holding someone against a cactus is justified as well? So anyways, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. Thank you guys, and stay away from cactuses, please.